Hello guys, welcome to Tech e-learning, an online learning community. Introduction to Python Part 2. In Part 2 we are going to learn what is an identifier, variables and literals under the identifier. What is an identifier? An identifier is a name used to identify variables, class, function, module or the objects. It helps to differentiate between one entity to other. Guys, one thing I like to make a note of it here. Class always start with an upper letter or a camel case, okay, whereas other identifiers that can be variable, function, module or object can be a combination of complete lowercase or upper and lowercase or complete uppercase as well. Okay, variables and literals under the identifier. Variable is a placeholder which store the data values, whereas literals is basically the value given to the variables. Example of the variable is it can be a single character, that can be a, b, c, x, y, z, okay, or more than two words can separated by underscore, or it can be uppercase. So there are few thumb rules of the defining the variable, guys. First thing, variable can be a combination of alphanumerical values, whereas alpha can be a to z in upper caps or a to z in lower caps or combination of both, okay, along with the numerical values, that's 0 to 9, okay, and followed by that underscore. One more thumb rule, basically, as I stated, it basically includes number, whereas it should not start with a number. Variable should not start with a number. That's a basic thumb rule which we need to remember. Okay. So let's say a practical example for the variables and literals. Okay. So let's say a is equals to, and I want to print the same a. I can directly write a, or I can also use print function. Okay, guys, as I stated, you can write your variable name can be a single word also, but it's always preferred to have a descriptive information. Example, email underscore id, okay, is equals my learning at gmail.com. Print email underscore id. Okay, so I got the same output what I entered here. It's basically, you can write the strings either in double quote or in single quote as well. Okay, it still give the same output. Guys, always remember that try to prefer, use a double quote. Why? So because in your sentences or in your variable declarations, when you can use variables at that time, it should not be the case like, apostrophe comes in a picture. So my preference is always to consider a double quote, not the single quote. Okay, that's one thing. And second thing what I want to bring up to your notice is basically I can define the variables like this, separated by, let's say, id. Okay, let me do this. Here, when I'm printing a underscore id as a separate word, it will not take it because the space is not allowed. So instead of space, you can fill the space with a underscore and execute the query. Okay, you will get an output here as email id. Guys, let's see few more examples for assigning the variables. Let me add up here. Let's say you want to define a comma b comma c is equals, okay, apple comma banana comma cherry. Print a, okay, plus b plus c. See guys, I defined three different variables here. Parallelly, I'm using a plus operator, that's a concatenation operator, which prints apple, banana, and cherry all together. Okay. So always prefer to use a parenthesis wherever it's required. Okay. So this will make your code easier and to understand what exactly you define. It still works the same way how it's supposed to work. Okay. This is one practice. So instead of this, you can even separate it by comma. When you separate by comma, you can see the spaces: apple space, banana space, cherry. Okay. So instead of that, if I remove the print statement, even if I want to write, okay. So instead of that, if I use a comma b comma c as our first example, the output is basically in the parenthesis, okay, followed by separated by comma, and you can see in a single quote. There is a specific reason behind this one. I'll let you know a later point of time. Just make a note of it. Okay. A few more examples. What I want to bring up here, basically, let's example. Okay. X is equals Y is equals Z is equals 2. Okay. If I want to define all the values equal to 2, then I can use that. Print X See guys, I got the output. So what I wanted to present it like, if you want to print the multiple statements and you have the different values altogether in different line, this is one of the way where you can print into the different line. And if the same thing you want to print it here, you can use same sort of statement with a print function, as I stated sometime back. Okay, print a comma b comma c. Fine. Guys, one thing I would like to show it here, or what I'm trying to explain here basically, is that you no need to define the data type of the variable, whether it can be float, whether it can be integer, or whether it can be a special characters or complex number. It will take as it is. Okay, you can see here, right? Or if I want to write, okay, 3j, I get the same output. Okay. Now let's say example, I want to confirm what is the type altogether. Type of X. Okay, so it shows a complex. So this basically tells you, like, the value what is assigned to the variable, that's X equals Y equals Z, is a complex number. Hope this is clear, guys. Okay. So that's all what we learned. What I want to tell in today's session about variables and literals. In next session, we are going to see the result keywords and statement. Guys, one thing I like to bring up to your notice, that the entire information will be given in the below description, whatever you learned. Okay. And along with that, there are few assignments. Please create your notebook account, notebook.azure.com. Okay, for executing your piece of code wherever you are. Okay. Thank you so much.